All right, we're live, fellas. We're live. We're absolutely live. I'm Let me turn off my WhatsApp and all that crap because I don't want to see who's scoring and whatnot. I want to make sure that I'm not. I don't get spoiled by anyone or anything or whatever. You feel me? So here we go. Lineup for Mexico: Raúl Rangel, pretty much the same one against Ecuador. Raúl Rangel, Jesús Gallardo, Johan Vázquez, César Montes, Jorge Sánchez, Eric Lira, Luis Romo, Gilbertito Mora, Julián Quiñones, Raúl Jiménez, and El Piojo Alvarado. I believe, based on this, that Javier Aguirre understood that he needs to go with the same plan against England, the same one he used against Ecuador, right? That's what he got to do. I think he understood that. He understood the assignment. That's what he has to do. Go on the offensive, try to choke them as early as possible. And then for England, we have Jordan Pickford, Nico Riley, Mark Guehi, Eric Konsa, Kwanzaa, Anderson, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Gordon, and Harry Kane. Those are the ones starting 11 for England playing against Mexico. So here we go, fellas. Here we go. You know, one interesting thing that I was discussing with a couple of my buddies or WhatsApp and whatnot was to determine, to discuss if this was Mexico's most important and historic match in its history. And it might be. I think it is. I honestly think it is. I know that some of them say that, hey, the multiple different finals of Copa Oro, the Nations League, the the gold medal in 2012, the under 17 championships and whatnot. Like all of them are more important than this one, and I disagree. And the game just started. I know I'm a few seconds behind, maybe from a bunch of you guys. So if you're on this live stream, watch along, and you see a goal and I'm behind, please keep it to yourself because I want to make this as authentic as possible, as much as I can. Here we go. All right, here we go, man. That was a big foul, dude. A yellow card. Here we go. Yellow card on Declan Rice early in the game. That's good. Good. Good card. All right. So I think this means that. Well, I don't know if since it was a hit to the head. I don't know if I don't know if they're gonna do the concussion protocol and not let. Ooh, yeah, dude, that was a damn man. That's gotta be a red card though. I think. Jeez, that had to be a red card. I think that had to be a red card. Jesus Lord Christ. Jesus Lord Christ. But yeah, going back to the topic. Here we go. Uh, all right, Mexico's on the offensive with Gilberto Mora and Piojo Alvarado, but I mean England is definitely here's the kicker, right? I feel that if England it's able to withstand the first 30 minutes of this match, it's gonna be very, very difficult for Mexico to break their defense, like break them apart. Mexico has to have a very strong display on this first 30 minutes. Otherwise, I don't think whatever else happens matters anymore. I think England has the ability and the recourse to take this all the way to the extra time and maybe penalty shootouts if that's needed. But yeah, I mean that's how I think the game should go for Moscow. But yeah, I mean, first 5 minutes, Mexico is definitely, I think, dominating slightly more than England. Well, here we go. Good through ball, but it was well read by I think Kwanzaa or Mark Way, one of them. Um, but as I said, guys, I mean the the first 30 minutes are crucial for Mexico. The first 30 minutes are going to be extremely challenging for Mexico. If they're unable to make some damage on those first 30 minutes, it's going to be a huge challenge, a huge uphill battle for Mexico. And I mean, I after those 30 minutes, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't really know what's going to happen. I truly believe that England has the resilience needed to push through, even though all the different environmental factors, the altitude, the environment. I mean, I know that a lot of people want to say that the fans on the stands are gonna have some sort of impact on the players on the pitch, but I mean, all of these players have been playing at the highest level for I don't know how many years at very gruesome stadiums, right? Where most of the opposition, want to essentially destroy them, and they've been playing on the biggest stages of the sport, namely those who play for Manchester City, Bayern Munich, um, some of the big teams from England and around Europe, right? So I don't, again, as much as people want to claim that the Mexican fans will have uh will hit them on the side on their psyche. I think that's not necessarily true, but the altitude is definitely a huge point of contention for them. Now it's been raining like crazy in Mexico City, and I've read and I've heard from different people who are um, professional athletes that when you have a slightly less hot environment and it's raining, you don't really Like you still get some of the effects of the altitude, but not all 100%. So here we go. First offensive drive from England, and I think Mexico was able to resolve discreetly, this with a discreet fashion. Corner kick for England, and we'll see if Mexico can defend here. Um, it's very interesting how all the freaking English players are taller than the ones from from Mexico. Ah, jeez. We'll see. First corner. Hopefully, it's not a terrific situation for Mexico. Cross. All right. Let it go. 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 Good. All right. No, nothing to worry about on that corner kick. It was really a really bad corner kick, if you ask me. It wasn't. It wasn't good in any way whatsoever. At all, fellas. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Almost 10 minutes of the first half, and not a lot has happened. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Exactly. We don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or what kind of thing it is, but it is a thing. Um, yeah, I normally have the freaking scoreboard on it, but since my stream is like 20 seconds behind, I've been omitting it because I don't want to get spoiled. The goals that happened to me in the South African game, and after that, I was like, screw that. I'm not gonna do this again. So I I just make sure that I you know uh exit from the WhatsApp app, and then because all my friends who are watching it live or on a um I guess non delayed stream, right? Uh, yeah, and so I don't want anyone spoiling it from a group chat or anything like that. I got distracted because I saw Eric Lida battling for the ball against Jude Bellingham, and he was trying to sell a foul, but the referee didn't buy it whatsoever. The hell he's doing, dude? Oh my god, that was a close one. But England's definitely playing a low block. They're definitely gonna. They're not necessarily relinquishing any opportunity to go on the offensive, but they are definitely comfortable sitting behind and allowing Mexico to either recover the ball quickly or lead the game. Um, and I think that's the game plan. I mean, they're going to be cautious, just like they did, like they played against DR Congo, which I think they were extremely cautious against DR Congo with no reason whatsoever. This one, I can see it and understand why you want to be, you know, a little more conservative with your approach, given that you're playing in a for sure more challenging environment, and then against the host team with a decent or strong defensive record through the tournament. So I understand that. Again, I think their game is like, I'm gonna wait until either Mexico breaks or they're just gonna switch gears up the ante um, as soon as they can, as soon as possible. When is that gonna happen? Not too sure, fellas. But again, I think England is definitely okay with not being the side with the most possession or with the the responsibility of going to the offense. You know, I want to go back to. Oh, that was a good through ball. Damn, that was a good through ball. Poor control from Bukayo Saka. And Cesar Montes got lucky that he was slightly behind the ball because he was not gonna catch up to him. And that's the what's it called? Oh my god, freaking Jesus Gallardo. Shit, I didn't think he was gonna get to it, but I guess he did. Um, that was a corner, man. Come on, dude. That was a corner kick. Um, as I was saying, what was I saying? Something about Mexico, I think. What was I saying? Oh, Cesar Montes. Yes, Cesar Montes. The biggest trouble with Cesar Montes is that even though he's great on aerial threats and he's a strong defender, physically speaking, he's definitely super slow. He isn't necessarily great with his feet. And the biggest flaw that I have is that for being such a tall center back, he isn't great at fielding balls, just like we saw on this last dangerous play from Bukayo Saka, where he couldn't read the. I mean, he wasn't able to field the ball correctly, and he was just so lucky that Saka had a very poor control and was running behind the ball as he was. Otherwise, it would have been a nightmare for Cesar Montes. But that's his weakest point. That inability of really. ¡Qué buen centro! ¡Uh! ¿Para dónde Pickford? Damn. Good cross, great header from Raul Jimenez, and a good save from Jordan Pickford. Damn, dude, that was a good save. Oh my god. Jeez. That was a good header for sure. Raul Jimenez finding himself inside the box from a cross. I think it was Piojo Alvarado. Either Piojo Alvarado or Jorge Sanchez, one of them. It was a good cross and a good header and an even better save from Jordan Pickford. Another corner for Mexico. Right, that was a waste of a corner, if you ask me. Given that some of these Mexican players, specifically the Liga MX ones, have had a very, you know, I don't want to say strong this a strong tournament because I mean Mexico is essentially where has always been for the last I don't know how many years, right? For the last 30 something years, 40 something years, right? With the exception of Qatar, are finding themselves in the round of 16. So that's why I don't want to say it was. Ooh, that was a good through lob ball from Quinones that unfortunately was a little too far from for Jesus Gallardo to go to it. But as I was saying, understanding that specific aspect, right? That I mean, I don't want to say that that these Mexican players don't have or haven't had a good tournament, right? I think all things in consideration, holistically speaking, and what we expected from Mexico, this has been a historic tournament for La Selección Mexicana. Has it been a strong display from the players? I don't want to say yes, because this has always been the stage where Mexico has, you know, flunked simultaneously, well, not simultaneously, consistently throughout the last 40 years. So unless they move on to the next stage, defeating a side like England, then yes, this will be arguably the strongest international tournament that Mexico has ever had in in their history. Period. Right, in its history. That's it. But as of right now, I think it's a very decent, noteworthy display from the Mexican side. With that being said, and understanding that Mexico, I think, has an average of like 27, 28 years of age amongst his roster, right? Meaning that you have players like Luis Romo, who is 29 or 30, Piojo Alvarado, who's like 27, Cesar Montes, who also is like 28, I believe, Jesus Vallarta, who's like 30, um, so on and so forth, right? Like in specifically Liga MX players or players who are not on, I guess top leagues or uh, constantly feature on their starting 11 at the European teams. But I wonder if some of them are gonna get like they're gonna gain value and argue maybe even make a jump to a European side. Like for example, Piojo Alvarado, who had here good. Oh, damn! That was a good uh, touch and move play with from Gilberto Mora and Julian Quiñones. But for example, like definitely, what's his name? Piojo Alvarado, who we all can agree that he has had a good tournament with Mexico, right? You wanna whether you wanna um, whether you wanna say that defensively speaking he's been strong or offensively speaking, I mean he has a couple of assists under his belt. I think even a goal, maybe just a couple of assists. I can remember if it was a goal or not. Maybe yes, like one goal. Anyways, he has had a very interesting World Cup for Mexico. I will be surprised and actually quite excited if he is able to pull a move to a European side, being that he's like 27 or 20 years of age. I wonder if this is something that it's going to happen with a bunch of the Mexican players, right? I mean, for the likes of Gilbertito Mora, um, oof, Gilberto Mora, Eric Lira, um, maybe even Jorge Sanchez, uh, Julian Quiñones, perhaps. Some of them might find this might be a good time for them to move to Europe because they have a good display with Mexico in the World Cup. They are young still, meaning that they are, below 25 years of age. I think Jorge Sanchez is slightly above that. And he is right now in Greece. Most likely he's going to come back to Mexico. I don't think he's going to move anywhere outside of Greece, to be honest with you. But for example, also Talarangel. It's another good one that I can think of. Was a Liga MX player who's young of age and has had a interesting tournament too. Here we go. Ooh. Um, I wonder if those are gonna make a move to a European team, and I'll be surprised if, for example, El Piojo Alvarado gets a move to like a Turkish league or hell, even like a top team in Portugal or a top team in like Eredivisie or a small team in La Liga. I mean, I will be surprised because of them being Mexican players moving to Europe at that age, and it will be great for La Selección Mexicana, all things considered, right? But I would love to know. I would love to know if this attracts attention from you know European teams and making a move for a not so young Mexican player. There's been a lot of talk and rumors about I think Flamengo again rekindling interest of acquiring a Piojo Alvarado, which I think will be a great move if that ever happens. If a Mexican player goes to Brasileirao Serie A in Brazil, that will be a massive move for any Mexican player, and it will be a good reason for that league to start looking into Liga MX and Mexican talent as well. Like, if they're gonna move to somewhere in South America, I mean they should do it to Brazil. Period. Right? Instead of like going to MLS for an easy buck and less pressure, they should definitely go to a smaller side in Brazil. I'm not saying that they should go to or they should only be looking for like moves to Corinthians or Fluminense or Palmeiras or anything like that. I mean, if they go to Cruzeiro, if they go to Sao Paulo, um, if they go to Paranaense, to even Santos, who's not too. I mean, I think Santos plays in Serie B. Not sure. Um, but yeah, like a middle of the table kind of team in Brazil, I think will be nice. It will be a great experience for some of these players and a good door opening for them as well. I mean, again, if you want to get more competitive and you want to improve, right, you got to go and play with the best. And whether we agree or not, um, the El Brasileirao, la Serie A de Brasil is arguably the best league in America, period, right? I'm not saying North America, I'm not saying only South America, I'm saying like throughout the entire continent. The Brazilian league is definitely the top league of this part of the world. And next one, you want to have Liga MX or MLS. I couldn't care less. Um, but the Brazilian league is definitely a few steps ahead of these two leagues. And not only on talent, well, I'm going to say basically on talent, but also on acquisition power. Yeah, power, I guess. Yeah. Acquisition power and some of them even infrastructure, but I don't think anyone can top MLS in terms of infrastructure. Even the small teams have a very, very good infrastructure team around them. So it's difficult to defeat MLS on that specific realm. We're going to the hydration. Well, it's been the hydration break already. I wonder if this is gonna either help Mexico or stall them even further. Has been a fought game, a hard fought game in the middle, with only one actual big chance coming from Mexico. The rest of it hasn't been any interesting, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Coming back from the hydration break, and yeah, ay, ay, ay. Is that a foul? Is that an offensive foul or is that a defensive foul? I guess it's England's ball. I mean, we're looking at the stats. Mexico has 3 shots, one on target. England has 1 shot and one on target. Um, so I guess Mexico has had more of the offensive momentum than England. But then again, I don't think England's game plan is to, you know, defeat Mexico as quickly as possible. They're definitely gonna let this run as much as they can and hit Mexico when they can. I mean, both of them are again. This is a very hard fought game in the middle. I mean, they're going all out, dude. They're not waiting for anyone. They're pressing hard. Both teams as well. I mean, at the same level. They're nipping at their heels, going for it, attacking, pressing. Here we go. Eric Lira having a strong display. I ain't gonna lie. Here we go. Nice. Open the ball. Take your time. Gilberto Mora. Good recover from Jorge Sanchez. Bad reading between Jorge Sanchez and Gilberto Mora. Oof. That was a strong challenge between Jorge Sanchez and I think that's Jude Bellingham, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough challenge. It must have hurt like hell because they clash shin against shin. That must have hurt. And given that now freaking players use those tiny ass shin pads, that's hilarious. I agree the shin pads are not the most comfortable piece of equipment that you can use when playing soccer. I had the hardest time always making sure to keep them at the on the same at the same height, and some of them were so bulky. I mean, they were uncomfortable at times. Híjole, se resbaló. Saca. Um, but the tiny ones that they're using right now are ridiculous. Like, I might as well just not play with shin pads whatsoever. They have to do something. I'm not a huge fan of those tiny shin pads. I don't think they look sick. They look dumb, and like, why have those like that? I mean, if the rule is just to have something that covers your shins, but there's no specific criteria as to how much surface they have to cover or how big they can be. Ooh, Mexico has been struggling due to, well, not Mexico specifically. Julian Quinones has struggled to be impactful on the game. And that's just because I mean, he's not necessarily man marked, but he's definitely attracting like 2, 3 defenders at a time to go on, hunting. Damn, Gilbertito Mora. Wreaking havoc against Declan Rice. That's crazy. Here we go. Oof. Ay, Luisito Romo. Oh man. The game, I mean, the momentum of the game is it's slowly but it steadily calmed down to just being a, an intermittent uh, case of just either Mexico recovering the ball or England recovering the ball, doing lateral passes, horizontally speaking, um, out of like physicality in the middle between Eric Lira and Jude Bellingham. There's not a lot of clarity as to how to move forward because both teams recover the ball so quickly and or they have been inoperable to find like, those like combo plays or, you know, through passes that truly become dangerous, big chances for either team. Um, and that just goes to show that either they're both of them they're pretty much neutralizing each other pretty effectively, or um, both are not going necessarily all out trying to win the game. Either, you know, being more cautious as to how they approach, or just realizing that hey, this is a long game. Well, we're like almost 35 minutes in. We'll still have a full another half, and if things go like this, it's gonna be extra time, so 30 more minutes of game, which I don't think England really wants to get there. I think England definitely wants to sit back and put Mexico against the clock, but they also definitely don't want to go all the way to extra time because it's not in the best interest to keep on playing at this environment, and I don't think they're going to have enough gas um, to continue playing at this with this intensity 120 minutes. So I'm sure they're going to try to find, if I mean things keep on going 0-0, they're probably going to you know push their lines forward and be a little more aggressive, trying to find the last play of the game where they can just put the ball past the keeper and do like a last stand for the last 5 minutes or so of the match, um, of avoiding Mexico scoring the tie uh, at the 80 something minute, 90 minutes or whatever. Telling you, man. I mean, right now England has like two, four, six, 8 players defending and just two up front. So at times we can see England going from like a 4-3-3 formation or 4-2-1-3. Sorry, a 4-2. Oof, slightly long ball for Raul Jimenez. But as soon as they go into defense mode, they sit on a traditional 4-4-2 formation. And Mexico, we continue to see the same thing we've been seeing. Pendejo gol, güey. Gol de Jude Bellingham. No mames. No puede ser, güey. Entró solo. Chingas a tu madre. Vete la ta madre, cabrón. No mames, entró solo, güey. No mames. So shortly after that good through lobbing pass for Raul Jimenez, Mexico finds themselves in transition, which we said. That's what we said on our preview episode. Like England's gonna try to find Mexico running against their or towards their goal. Yeah, and freaking Jude Bellingham just came in out of nowhere. No man mark. Jorge Sanchez didn't track him enough. Damn it, dude. Ah, this is exactly what we thought was gonna happen. This is exactly what we said was gonna happen. God damn it. God damn it. Oh my god, here comes another one, dude. No, get the fuck get out of here, man. Another goal, dude. 2-0. In like freaking 2 minutes, man. What the hell happened, bro? Jesus, dude. Ah, look at this. Again, fast break, finding the Mexican defense running towards their goal. And Jude Bellingham once again comes in unmarked with Eric Lira now not tracking him correct. Like, even if Eric Lira was a little faster, again, whoever, and on top of that, I mean, there was another English player right behind Jude Bellingham. If they missed it, oh my god. This is ah, yeah. Jesus, man. This is exactly what England was looking for. A strong lead on the first half, coming off two very bad mistakes. Well, not even two mistakes. I mean, the second was definitely a mistake from Gilberto Mora that ends up on the second goal. But I'm not gonna say that it was Gilberto Mora's fault, right? Because I mean, he lost the ball, but I mean, that could have happened to anyone. So I'm not gonna put that on the guy. But the the biggest mistake for me is the inability to track Jude Bellingham on both goals, right? Jorge Sanchez lost his mark on Bellingham on the first one. And then the second one again, he's running behind. He's running behind. I mean, we knew that he was a double-edged sword. We knew there was a risk playing him. And even though he had a some decent displays earlier in the tournament, I mean, this is definitely a different level of challenge. And damn it, man, this is exactly what this is the worst case scenario that we could have imagined. This is the worst case scenario that we could have thought of. This is a reality check, big time, a big reality check for Mexico. Ah, fuck, man. Now it's an uphill battle. I mean, there's still plenty of time, and 2-0 it's the most it's the most sketchy score on the sport, right? I mean, we've seen 2-0 advantages completely breaking down at the last minute, but damn it, man. It literally happened what we said was going to happen during our preview episode. ¡Oh! ¡Gol! 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 ¡Vamos, cabrón! ¡Venga! ¡Vamos, perro! ¡Vamos, güey! Juliancito Quiñones respondiendo una vez más. ¡Vamos, pendejo! ¡Vamos, perro! ¡Vamos, cabrón! ¡Vamos, güey! Sí se puede. Venga, güey. This is exactly what Mexico needed. Come back with a goal. Don't go to the halftime, going 2-0 down. Come on, dude. Come on. Everyone's on side. Julian Quiñones always, always where he needs to be. Jeez, man. Come on. Come on. This is exactly what Mexico needed. Woo! Gol, Rarris. Gol. Here we go. I think they're going to, I mean, they have to give at least 3 more minutes of aggregate time. And Mexico has the momentum. I mean, they have to keep on going. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. If England was finding themselves in the best case scenario for them, right? If they were reaching to a point where they thought they were going to control the game, I mean, this one goal from Mexico before the end of the first half definitely put things again in contention. So they're not safe. They're not necessarily all nice and dandy. Good through ball for Jorge Sanchez was not going to get. Oh, here we go. Keep on fighting. All right. This is not. Yes, Rarris. Uno más antes del medio tiempo sería excelente. That would be great. But going to halftime with a 1-2 situation is not necessarily too bad. This is exactly what Mexico needed to do to react before going to the halftime. This is not smooth landing for England in any way whatsoever. This is gonna be an interesting challenge for Mexico moving forward. And they have the momentum. They still have the momentum. I mean, England scored 2 goals when Mexico was playing the best. They were definitely the most dominant team on the pitch, and England just took advantage of 2 very unfortunate, unlucky situations for la selección mexicana. But this shows that Mexico has grit and the what's needed to come back. Here we go. Keep the pressure going, man. Just keep it up. England's not gonna be able to put up with this. Good through ball. Oof. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Mexico has to keep on going at this pace. They should not let down at all. At all. I mean, you can tell the English team is oof. The English team is not gonna. They're not gonna change of the game plan. They're gonna keep on doing exactly what they were doing because I mean it's been working so far. But this is where Mexico has to be smarter and understand that they need to keep on things going. They need to continue pushing forward, exerting that pressure because England's gonna crumble at some point in time. They cannot keep on doing all this pressure and withstanding all the different crosses and whatnot. At some point, someone's gonna make a mistake. I mean, here we go. Ooh! Oh, jeez. It's okay. It's okay. Mexico has presence on the box. Mexico's doing some link up plays. Mexico's doing whatever it needs to do to get done to keep up, you know, being a strong challenge for England. They don't know what's coming, man. You can see on them. You can see on their eyes, on their body language. They were not ready for this. They were not ready for a quick reaction from Mexico. They were just not. They were just not. I mean, yeah, I mean, look at the offensive momentum of the game. I mean, Mexico has had the control of the entire 45 minutes. It was close, Raris. It was very close. It was super close. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a foul. That was a foul for sure. I never thought Mexico was gonna have England. ¡Uh! Otro parador, no mames, güey. Se mamó. ¡Hala! Se mamó. Uf. Wow. Sí, Rarris, la verdad es que sí. O sea, Mexico definitely it's I was not expecting this reaction and the fact of the matter. Here we go. No mames, pendejo, todos enfrente de la portería, no puede ser, güey. No puede ser. Oh, Jesus. The fact of the matter is, Mexico is putting England against the wall, and I was not expecting this. They just got to keep on going. Do not let go. Do not let go. England was not expecting this whatsoever. England really is desperately needing to the first half to come to an end because otherwise Mexico is just gonna keep on going. JPG JG Prot 1948. No, it's not half second half already, man. It's still first half. 5 minutes of aggregate time. Mexico just missed two very close chances, some big chances from Raul Jimenez and Cermontes. But the momentum keeps on going with Mexico, dude. So, yeah, I mean, as I was telling Barbara, this has been a something that I was not expecting. I mean, I didn't expect those two early, not early goals, but those two goals back to back from England, and I was not expecting this reaction from Mexico. And I mean, look, England is having like what 9 players at the back, pretty much just parking the bus and letting Mexico cook. Here we go, another cross. Jorge Sanchez recovers the ball. Yeah, he's gonna go for. Oh my god, yeah, he was gonna look for the fall. Ah. All right, first half is over. England really needed this break because they were struggling. Those last 15 minutes, they were struggling big time. Big time. But this is it. This is what Mexico needed. Come on. Halftime. Mexico's gonna come. They need to come on the second half. Just guns blazing, my guy. You just gotta go for it. I mean, there's no turning back right now. Mexico has to go. They have to go for it and keep on pushing. So otherwise, it's not gonna happen. Going 2-1 at the halftime is not too bad. It's not a bad situation for Mexico to be in. I will be more worried if it was a 2-0 Mexico going into the halftime without any reaction, without any signs of a comeback building up, right? But I think it's safe to say that what we saw on these last 15 minutes, it's a combative Mexican team. And I feel that the early first 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the second half are going to be as intense as these ones. And that's what they got to do. That's exactly what they have to do. I don't think England was expecting this whatsoever. Um, and and yeah, this changes things for them 100% because I don't think they were expecting this in any way. I feel that they thought that after those two goals, Mexico was just gonna shut down and not fight back. But hey, we have to give this to El Vasco Aguirre. Sure, they hadn't had a game with a challenging opposition, at least not as challenging as England, should I say, because Ecuador is definitely a tough opposition, a tough team to play against. but not as good as England, right? And so, nah, man, I don't think Mexico's cooked, dude. I don't think so. I don't think Mexico's cooked. Not yet, at least not yet. Say that when it's like the 85th minute and Mexico's still down by one. But as of right now, it's 45 minutes. Mexico definitely, by all stats, don't look at the score just by itself. Like don't take the score by face value. Look at the stats. Mexico was definitely the strongest team on the pitch on the first half, with most of the big chances created, most of the possession on it, and they ended up on the last 15 minutes putting England, you know, against the courts, right, against the rope, and we have to give credit to El Vasco Aguirre, Mexico. I don't think they are cooked just yet. They're not. They're not. It's not over. It's not a. They haven't been sentenced yet. They can still make it. Nah, dude, shut up, dude. That's just funny talk, man. Calling the whatever. That's just funny talk, dude. That didn't happen. South American teams are just jealous that Mexico is having a good World Cup, man. We don't need that. That's not needed, dude. I honestly don't think that Mexico's cooked. I seriously don't feel that way. If this was a different team like a year ago, if they didn't have shown like grit or at least some sort of glimpse of wanting to fight back against those two goals, I would definitely agree with you. But I don't think that's the case. I don't really think I don't see Mexico being cooked right now. At least not yet. We'll see it. If England comes out and scores another goal, I would definitely say that Mexico is maybe 45-50% cooked for sure. But as of right now, I mean, they have everything going for them. And if they come out on the second half with the same level of intensity, I think they're gonna be able to tie the match. Because you can tell that the English players are suffering. They are definitely they're struggling, man. They're struggling. They're struggling. This is if anyone's cooking, Mexico's cooking. Mexico's cooking. They're slow cooking, dude. They're putting that stove on low, making that stew. They're gonna let those freaking English players cook themselves. And I mean, watching the replay on those two goals from England, dude, it's a terrible mistake from Gilberto Mora. You can, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a mistake coming from inexperience for sure. But I'm not gonna put it on him. I don't think it's his fault that England scored because England was looking for that. If I don't know if you guys saw our preview episode, but we clearly said that England was gonna go for this. England was gonna look for catching Mexico in transition. Yeah, but Cauchy is just whatever people say, dude. I mean, Cauchy doesn't really mean anything. I hope you don't put money on the thing. But as I was saying, this is exactly what England wanted. England wanted to play conservative, to be cautious about going forward against Mexico and catching Mexico on a mistake and running towards their goal because that's where Mexico is the most vulnerable. That's what it is. Mexico has had a strong defensive display against, you know, weaker opposition in the name of South Africa and South Korea and even Ecuador. But we've seen them struggle with all of those teams whenever they are caught in transition, right? When they lose the ball, prematurely coming from the midfield, when the opposition is capable of doing a whiplash attack and counter as quickly as possible. That's when we see Mexico struggle, and that's what England has done so well. Both goals came from a very similar scenario where the first one, Mexico misses a big chance. They recover the ball quickly. Mexico is completely out of shape. And again, both fullbacks are running behind. You can see that Jorge Sanchez is not going to catch up with Jude Bellingham, and he finds himself, inside the box with no opposition on top of him. And the second goal, similarly, a big mistake. The defense is out of shape, unable to catch up, and keep track of their players, and that happens. That happens. So I don't think England's gonna change their strategy. They're gonna keep on doing whatever they're doing right now, and I hope that it doesn't work. I hope that Mexico comes out and they tie the game, and things just play well for Mexico. I don't think Mexico's cooked just yet. They're not. They're just not. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. But oh Lord, oh my God, oh my God. But we'll see, guys. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's up. I I still don't believe that Mexico's cooked. I think Mexico can definitely pull a comeback and beat England. It's not gonna be an easy feat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Mexico will pulverize England, or it's gonna be easy for them to catch up. Right? This is definitely gonna be the toughest challenge for Mexico in all of its football history. Period. That's it. This is the most important game of the Mexican team, historically speaking, and it's gonna require a humongous effort from everyone on the pitch to overcome this. But again, let me go to the stats, right? Quinones, Harvinder. Hey, what's up, Harvey? Quinones be a Mexican legend if he pulls off the comeback. I mean, yeah, an automatic legend, Harvey. No matter what. I mean, he has 4 goals in 5 games for Mexico. When's the last time we had a Mexican scoring 4 goals in a World Cup? It's been a while, right? So the truth of the matter is that Julian Quinones has proven to be the best player for Mexico on this tournament. And if he's able to score a second goal and if Mexico moves on, he will definitely put his name with gold letters on the history of Mexico, regardless of what happens at the end. But I still believe that this Mexican side will make it to the semifinals, as we said on a very controversial video almost a month ago. But I'm gonna go to the stats, guys, because I wanna paint this picture, right? The comment of Mexico being cooked is not true, and I just want to explain that. I wanna use facts and numbers here. But looking at the statistics, right? Mexico has 63% of ball possession, dude. Talk about that. Amongst expected goals, they're pretty much around very close, right? England has as of right now 0.69. 69, dude. And Mexico has 0.45. So it's not too crazy different, right? Mexico has had 2 big chances. Similarly, England with 7 total shots from Mexico, 3 shots from England, 1 goalkeeper save from Mexico, and 2 goalkeeper saves from England, right? I mean, Mexico has almost double the passes that England, right? Less tackles, less free kicks, less yellow cards. I mean, this has been a very even match. If we want to say it, if we want to put it somewhere, right? If we don't want to give credit to Mexico, and I understand that you might think I'm biased because, of course, I am a Mexican fan, sure, but I'm speaking out of numbers. I'm not pulling all of this stuff out of my butt. I am looking at the numbers and I am telling you, hey, what's up, Fabian? Thank you for being here, man. And I hope to see you on the videos too. I mean, drop the comment below, dude. Um, check us out. I'd love to see you commenting on the videos and being here more often, dude. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for showing up. But as I was saying, I'm not coming from a perspective of having this huge positive, positive vibe or whatever. I'm coming on from what I saw. Just some dude japping. You don't understand how hard I screamed that goal, dude. You and I, fella. You and I, fella. That was a well-deserved high Yale score. Sorry, goal for Mexico. I don't care if you scare your siblings or your parents or whoever or your girl or your dude, whatever it was totally deserved to yell and scream and celebrate that goal big time because I don't know about you, but I wasn't expecting this kind of reaction that quickly. What subs are we making? Uh Oof. I honestly wouldn't make any changes, man. I wouldn't make any subs right now. I don't think Mexico needs to make any subs right now. I think Mexico has to come with the same starting 11 as they did um, before this break, and they gotta keep on putting that pressure on, man. I mean, it's working. It was unfortunate that Gilberto Mora definitely showed his inexperience on that second goal, but again, I'm not gonna put it on him. I'm gonna say it was his full fault and whatever. I mean, it's a risk that you were taking, right? But I wouldn't necessarily make any changes right now, and I don't think El Vasco is gonna make any changes. Um, just because knowing El Vasco, he normally does it after the 60th minute. So I think that's fine. Harvey Ochoa back if this dude Ochoa's not gonna play again, man. Why would you make a change? Like even if England scores again, why would you put in Ochoa in? Like this doesn't make sense. Taylor Rangel is not having a bad game. Sundu Japping, you agree, but Jorge Sanchez. Yeah, I agree with you, man. But this is something that we've been saying about Jorge Sanchez throughout the entire tournament, right? I mean, I'm going to give him credit where it's due. He had some good displays against Czechia and against Ecuador. He had a very strong game. But we always knew that Jorge Sanchez is a double-edged sword because he's not great at defensive tasks, but he helps you going forward. He had been covering his defensive responsibilities at a decent level against weaker oppositions. But now that he's finding himself against the likes of Jude Bellingham and Anthony Gordon, he's been struggling. I mean, both goals actually, I would put if I have to blame someone on both goals, I have to put it on Jorge Sanchez because he's not tracking his his player. On the first goal, he's running behind Jude Bellingham. On the second goal, he's even further behind Bellingham, and you see Eric Lira struggling, trying to catch up with Jude Bellingham. Some you yapping, you're surprised Piojo isn't defending as much because he hasn't been needed, man. It hasn't been needed. I mean, England hasn't been actually, you know, they haven't been as dangerous as the scoreboard shows. I mean, they have 2 goals, but they come from 2 mistakes from Mexico, right? 2 breaks in defense and finding themselves out of shape. But England hasn't been in a position where, like, they are dominant. They are freaking, putting the wings of Mexico in huge trouble. That hasn't been the case, and so we haven't seen El Piojo Alvarado defending as much because it hasn't been needed yet. It hasn't been needed, and I don't think it's gonna be needed if Mexico continues with this momentum going forward. But that's my take on. Well, here we go. He made a change. I my assumption. Whoa, he took Cesar Montes off. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not a huge fan of Cesar Montes, and you might say that I'm biased because of my affiliation to Tigres, but um, the only reading that I can make out of this substitution is that he is prioritizing someone with better, you know, control on their feet and has some sort of similar work rate in terms of defending aerial threats. but yet you want someone who is a slightly faster and again better as a ball playing defender rather than Cesar Montes. That was a crazy move, man. Interesting, interesting. We'll see if it makes sense if it ends up paying for El Vasco Aguirre. But I guess if it was gonna make a sub, it was gonna be someone who doesn't really impact on the overall scheme of things of the game plan, right? I mean, subbing a center back for another center back, it's it shouldn't make a difference. It wasn't like Cesar Montes was, you know, doing crazy long balls from the midfield towards the strikers. But oh well. All right, time to jump off my WhatsApp and everything else because I don't wanna get the score spoiled. But we'll see, fellas. We'll see. First few minutes in, Mexico has to keep on pushing forward. That's the only way. That's the only way. Wait, what? Oh no, that's Luis Romo. I thought that Alvaro was playing midfielder. I was like, are they really using Eric Lira as as a center back? But no, it's Luis Romo. Mexico is definitely playing with Edson Alvarez as a center back, and then going from what we've seen throughout the entire tournament, a backline of four to a backline of three. Um, more often than usual, it's Jorge Sanchez who plays as a third center back instead of Jesus Gallardo. And now I'm pretty sure England it's gonna be uh you know good recover. Nice. Keep it going. Good. Uh, here we go. All right. It was what it is. What it is. Someone has to take a shot, and you did. That's fine. But as I was gonna say, England's gonna keep on the same game plan. Try to find Mexico in transition, capitalize on those mistakes, and try to cool the ball as much as they can. Right. I mean, they were unable to retain the ball over the last 15 minutes of the first half. Now, I would say like pretty much entire first half. Um, ooh, Jesus, Jesus. Woo. But I think this time around, they need to keep the ball cool down as much as they can. And so I believe they probably again continue with the game plan, but find themselves in situations where they could retain the ball as long as possible with longer possessions. Ooh, no mames. Oh, Jesus, off the post. For I think it was Jude Bellingham again. Dang, dude. Jesus. I will. England came out trying to find the third goal. Um, trying to finalize the game already. Come on, Mexico. As I said, they're gonna try to keep long possessions to cool down Mexico. I think they learned their lesson. They can't allow Mexico to retain the ball and keep pushing forward. So here we go. Playing on the wings and then going back if you can move forward. Come on, Eric Lira. Oof. Tough. Tough. Thing is, yeah, it's exactly what England want to do. They want to um, not only retain the possession, but also try to force Mexico for long balls. And that's what Mexico shouldn't do. They should not get desperate and just kick long balls, because if they lose, I mean, if they put the ball in contention, it's not gonna end well for Mexico at all. If they put a lot of balls on contest, oof, Jude Bellingham goes through three different Mexican players. Jesus, that wasn't a foul. Come on, that wasn't a foul. That wasn't a foul. Keep going, dude. Um, but yeah, if Mexico finds themselves putting balls on contest or in contest for the most part of the second half, it's gonna be rough. I don't think they really have the physical prowess to win contested balls in the midfield or in the air for whatever for whatever reason is. Ooh, that was a foul, dude. And Jorge Sanchez again running behind Anthony Gordon. Jesus, that's gonna be a foul. Yes, that's gonna be a foul. Ay, Jorge Sanchez. It's heating up, baby. It's heating up. It's heating up. I really want to know what. Oh, that was a red card, bro. What the hell? That is a goddamn red card, dude. Get out of here. That is a red card, man. He's got to go to VAR. Yeah, here we go. It's a freaking red card, man. He's got to go. It's a red card. He's got to go, baby. Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. It's a red card. He's got to go. There's no questions on this thing, man. Doesn't really matter if he touches the ball first. It's a red card. He's gone. He's gone. Yes. 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 Red card, dude. Yes. Here we go. This is exactly what Mexico needed. Yes. Red card, man. It don't matter if he touches the ball first with his knee. Look at the height of that feet, man. That was totally a red card, man. Totally a red card. Dumb mistake. Dumb mistake from Consa. Dumb. Now, this is exactly where Mexico wanted to be. This is exactly what Mexico wanted and needed. This is exactly what here we go. Mexico has to make a move. They gotta make a move. Because this red card definitely puts them in a situation, a very favorable situation, I should say. Let's see. I've seen freaking Eric Lira fighting all of these English players. Nah, dude, that's not a. Get out of here, Harry Kane. Get up, man. That's not a red card, dude. Come on, man. Stand up. Um, but I've seen Eric Lira fighting with all these English players. I really want to know if he knows any English. I really want to know if he knows any English whatsoever. because he's been fighting. Well, I mean, technically, oof, that was a from O'Reilly. Yeah, that was a good shot. Thankfully, got nicked by Jude Bellingham at the very end, and that's what made it so that the ball ended up hitting the post and not going in. Um, but yeah, I really want to know if Eric Lira speaks any English whatsoever. Man, the game is getting up to the freaking English side. They're getting desperate, bro. Come on, come on. Easy, Julian. Easy, Julian. I know you want to score again, but easy, my boy. Easy, 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 easy. John Stones. Saka is off. John Stones coming in. Oh my god! Penalty. Dang it, dude. Fuck. Jesus, a penalty, dude. Yeah, there's no way around it. There was a penalty. Oh my god. Isn't he offside? Ay, machine. Ay, machine. Ay, machine. Mal fildeado, güey. Ah. You know what? I was freaking. I was giving Cesar Montes crap for being unable to field balls correctly, and then El Machine goes and does this. This is dumb. Ochoa would have done the same thing, Harvey. Ochoa would have done the same thing, man. It was a very difficult ball. I mean, there was no way around it. He did what he had to, man. Because Ochoa he wasn't known for being a box goalkeeper. He was a small box goalkeeper, great on reflexes and handling, but not cutting. This is dumb, dude. Fuck. Ah, what a mess. What a mess. Come on. Come on. Again, I wonder if the players know any English. I want to know. I want to be surprised because I see him speaking to the Australian referee. They fight with the English players, and I'm pretty sure English players don't know any Spanish whatsoever. At least not the ones who don't play. Uh, that doesn't play outside of England for sure. Come on, come on, come on. Fuck. It was a good penalty kick. Fuck. Jesus, man. Fuck. This is exactly what Mexico did not need. He guessed it right, but yeah, it was a good penalty kick. There's nothing to say. He stroked it to perfection. Good goal. Good penalty kick. Here comes off Luis Romo. Santi Jimenez going in. Gilberto Mora out. Brian Gutierrez in. Um, Fuck, man. All right. Well, to whoever said that Mexico was cooked, it sure looks like Mexico is cooked now. uh, this is dumb. Oh, man. Yep. 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 It's gonna be a tough one for Mexico to come back. It's gonna be rough, and I hope they don't get into a freaking kicking match. This sucks. Fuck, man. Come on. Here we go. Good ball. Vamos, Julian. Oh man. Fuck. Good cross. Here we go. I mean, Mexico still has time. They still have time, 30 minutes or so, but it's a very, very, very uphill battle for Mexico now. You know what's worse is that the score by itself doesn't really tell the truth because England was struggling. They had a red card and shit. I mean, again, all three goals came from freaking just lack of focus and stupid mistakes. There was no need to put Edson Alvarez in, man. There was no need. Just no need. And then you do that, and the one freaking job he has, which is fielding a ball, he can't do it correctly, and puts Anthony Gordon in a position to get a penalty. Forcing a mistake, another mistake from El Talar Rangel. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, Raris, you shouldn't leave the stream. Every single time you do, England scores. So just stay here, stay here with us for a minute, and let's see if now you come in. Ooh, oh! Don't call for a penalty, dude. If you don't have it, man, keep playing the ball. Jesus. Nah, it's not a penalty, dude. Gracias por quedarte, Rarris. Hopefully Mexico scores now that you're back. But yeah, this is gonna be a very tough situation for Mexico. Super uphill battle. And you know what's the most interesting thing is that after the red card, I mean, you can see that England feels super comfortable on the pitch. They're very comfortable right now. He's gonna review it. He's gonna go to VAR. I don't think it's a penalty, but he's gonna call it, I guess. I don't think it's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty, dude. I don't think so, but I'll take it. If they call it and they say it's one, I'll take it. But I don't think it's a penalty. I just don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But it looks like he's gonna call it. He's gonna call it. Let's see. Penalty. Here we go. Here we go. I'll take it. As I said, I mean, I don't think it was, but I'll take it. Penalty. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on, Raul. This is your time. This is your time, Raul. Come on. Come on. This is exactly what Mexico needs at this moment in time. Come on. All right. Yellow card 2. FIFA calling in favors from upstairs. I wouldn't doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt it. That's the whole reason why I think Mexico's gonna go to the semifinals. That's the whole reason why. But we'll see. Come on, Raul Jimenez. Come on. Come on. ¡Gol! 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 Venga, vamos. Gol, vamos. Gol, güey. Gol. Venga. Oh my God. This is exactly what Mexico needed. 3-2. Quick. Here we go. Nice. Oof, he was close. He was close. Oh my God. He's gonna. Nope, no fall. Come on. Stand up. That's Nico O'Reilly. All right. Odds. This goes to PKs. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some dude earlier on the stream said that Cauchy has Mexico 31% winning or whatever, something like that. But I don't know what are the odds. I guess I can go and check up and see. Let me see. Cauchy odds. PKs. Mexico versus England. Uh, Let me see. I don't know if that's Ooh, here we go, man. I think it looks like someone covered their mouth, and if that's the case, that player is gonna get a red card. But we'll see. Uh, we went to hydration break. But yeah, I don't see any odds on Mexico going to PKs at all, like whatsoever. Uh, who's bien rollero, Rarris? Nico Riley? What does that mean? Oh, okay. So there's a earlier this year during a European tournament, there was an Argentinian player. Normally, during the games, when the players are telling stuff to each other, right? Normally, they're trash talking to each other. They cover their mouths, so the cameras cannot see and read their lips, right? And so during earlier this year, during a European competition, an Argentinian player playing for Benfica allegedly said some racial slurs to a black player from Real Madrid, but he covered his mouth, right? He was covering his mouth like this, and then he went approached this I think it's Vinicius Junior, this black player from Real Madrid, and allegedly he called him, some racial slurs. And because of this, FIFA now implemented a new rule on this tournament that if a player covers their mouth, right, they are automatically expelled. It's a red card. That's it. Period. And I think we've seen 3 different instances during this World Cup of players getting sent off because of that. One of them being a Paraguayan player. The other one was it was another. I think it was a Uruguayan player. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it was another South American player, another CONMEBOL player. Can't remember who it was. Yeah, but that's exactly. So who covered their mouth this time? What I understood, it was like a Mexican player was complaining to the referee that an English player covered their mouth, right? Um, yeah. It was an Ecuadorian player, yeah, against Mexico. Actually, the last game between Mexico and Ecuador, an Ecuadorian player came close to a Mexican player, covered their mouth, said something, and then the Mexican player went out telling him, "Hey, he covered his mouth or whatever." And they can actually go and check it on video. They can go to the VAR and claim that, hey, someone covered their mouth, and therefore it has to be a red card. And then Burns coming in. That guy's tall. He's not too fast, but he's tall. Yeah, wow. I think Thomas Tuchel is literally. Yeah, I mean, Thomas Tuchel is literally making defensive changes. He's gonna park the bus. He's gonna try to withstand the next 20 minutes because they're probably gonna give at least 6 minutes of aggregate time. So we still have 15 minutes to go before the full time, and then perhaps 5, 6 more of aggregate. And I think it's gonna be a party of crosses from Mexico. England just gonna relinquish the possession of the ball and allow Mexico to keep on, trying to find an equalizer. We'll see. We'll see if this works. Come on. Mexico's gonna tie this match, man. Just by the sheer amount, oof, by the sheer amount of different crosses and big chances that they're probably gonna end up making, they're bound to score. So that's gonna happen. As the young folks say, I'm manifesting it. Ándale, pendejo. Yep. England is just gonna focus on putting the ball up high and not even contesting it. They're just gonna let Mexico come towards them, and they're gonna just defend the box as long as they can. Another cross. Good. Buen centro. Oof. It's gonna be a tough one because pretty much all of the center backs from England are taller than the Mexican players. And so for Mexico to find the cross and win it in the air, it's gonna be tough. But then again, England has what, 7 players inside the box as well. Ooh, ¡ay, pendejo! Oh, Jesus. Look at this. I mean, literally all of the English players are essentially, not even close to the midfield line. They're literally just gonna park the bus and wait and hope that Mexico does not score an equalizer. But it's bound to happen. It's just gonna happen. Here you go. It's gonna come, guys. It's gonna come. There's no way that England can withstand that many crosses. Alvaro Fidalgo comes in. Who's going out? Eric Lira? Jorge Sanchez. Who's gonna play on that side? Piojo Alvarado, I guess. Alvaro Fidalgo goes in. You take Jorge Sanchez out. I mean, he's definitely making some offensive moves. He's not. He's gonna go all out. Okay. We normally don't see this from El Vasco Aguirre, but ooh, desperate time calls for desperate measures, and you got to put people on the that are forwards. You got to put people up front. And my assumption is that if things keep on going this way and they're just going to keep on playing, sending crosses, the next substitution is going to be Memote Martinez. And he's going to score. That's what's going to happen. Memote Martinez is going to score the equalizer to send this to the extra time. For sure. That's just going to happen. Come on. ¡Oh! Estaba solo. No mames, remató bien mal. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, machín. Here we go. I'm telling you guys, Memote Martinez is going to come in because there's going to be nothing but crosses galore. I wonder who's going to take off. Or are you taking off? Eric Lira? I don't think so. Oh, unlucky. Who is gonna get out? 16? Julian Quiñones. I was not expecting that. Julian Quiñones. I guess he's gonna be playing three center backs with Edson Alvarez, Eric Lira, y Johan Vázquez, and then you're gonna have Gallardo and Piojo Alvarado as the wing backs. Three strikers, Fidalgo y Brian Gutiérrez en el centro. I guess so. I mean, again. ¡Uh! ¿Por qué cambian de jugadores? Well, this is my lecture of the game, Rarris. Eso es lo que yo interpreto. I mean, at this point in time, England has essentially just given up on going to the offensive, right? So they're just defending. They literally put in another center back to defend the box, and they put in a more defensive minded left back as well. This tells me that he understands that he's going to just have to withstand all the crosses into the box from Mexico. Since Mexico is making crosses to the box, right? And understanding that all of the center backs from England are taller than your strikers, you have to put in your tallest player, who is Memote Martinez. And that's why he subbed off Julian Quiñones and have Memote Martinez in. So that I would say that's perhaps the why behind this substitution, right? Memote Martinez is known to be a striker with strong physical ability to win aerial battles, right? He wins contested balls in the air, and yeah, I mean, Mexico's gonna be just doing crosses, centros, hasta más no poder. Here comes another one. Oh, oh my god! And this is gonna be the last 10 minutes of the game. I mean, we're gonna see Mexico just putting every single ball they can inside the box, and that's it. That's it. Come on, corner kick. Corner kick. Oh my god. It's gonna be this is gonna come to the last minute, guys. This is gonna come to the last minute. Come on, Raul, keep the ball, man. Oh, that's exactly what England wants. I mean, they want to freeze the ball as much as they can. They're gonna try to get sell as many fouls as they can, so they can just you know put Mexico on ice. That's pretty much what they want to do, and then try to make something out of this. Come on. Oof. Come on. 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 It's giving a dramatic rings. I mean, that's what I'm gonna. That's what you do at this instance, Raris. On the. Oh my god. Are they gonna check it or what? He has to go to the VAR, dude. He didn't go to VAR. All right, whatever. Let's keep on going. Keep it going. Cross it. Here we go. Oh my God. 10 more minutes. Offside. Jesus. Nah, that's not a foul. That's not a penalty. That's not. And they're taking the sweet ass time. They're taking the sweet ass time. I mean, that's what you got to do. I think the referee is from Australia, Raris. If I'm not mistaken, he's. I don't think he's a native Australian. I think he's a refugee. I think from like Iran or somewhere in the Middle East, and he became an Australian citizen. And so he. My assumption is that he referees in Australia, and so he's a designated referee from Australia, essentially. Here we go. Cross it again, Piojo. Come on. Oh my God. Oh, take a shot. Take a shot. Oh, come on. Good cross. Whew. Oh, oh my God. 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 Come on. 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 Oof. Ah. Just like 7 more minutes. I don't think he's gonna give more than 5 or 6 on the aggregate. Oh my God, that's not a foul, dude. That's not a fucking foul, dude. Come on, man. That's not a foul, dude. That's not a foul. All right, Hurricane is off. Morgan Rogers is in. Hey, dude, call the foul, man. But at the same time, Piojo, Jesus, man, you won the ball. Keep it going. Damn, 11 minutes of aggregate time. That's a ton, dude. That's a lot. That's a lot. 11 minutes of aggregate time. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Los Ingleses are giving desperate. I mean, yeah, they're not doing anything. They're just pretty much defending. That's all they're doing. Nothing else. That's all they're doing. It's literally all they're doing. Come on, Mexico. Come on, vamos, vamos, vamos. Look at those stats. 15 shots from Mexico, 5 from England, 5 on target from Mexico, 4 on target from England. So I guess England has better accuracy, but it goes to show that again, the score itself doesn't really convey the magnitude of how Mexico has been dominating England throughout the entire match. It just doesn't. But at the end of the day, statistics don't matter if you don't win the games. Come on. Oh, corner. Come on, 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 come on. Come on. Here he goes. Here comes the goal. Pégale. Cross it. Good cross. Oh, muy largo. Muy largo, muy abierto. Oh my God. Jesus. Yeah. The best thing that can happen right now is that Mexico scores and we take it to extra time. Because if that's the case, the the English players are not gonna be able to keep up with 30 more minutes of this. They just can't. Look at them. They're tired. They're done. There's the scraping for every single ball. Look at Bellingham. I mean, he's done. He's gasping. Come on. 8 more minutes, guys. Come on. Ajá, ¿qué estás haciendo, Gallardo? ¿Qué estás haciendo, güey? ¿Qué estás haciendo, güey? That's how, yeah, it's a Mexican ball. Come on. Come on. If we take it to extra time, Mexico's going to take it home. Se está poniendo nerviosa, Raris. I mean, I think everyone is nervous right now, Raris. I'm right there with you. We have 7 more minutes of playtime, and it doesn't look like Mexico is capable of making any dangerous crosses whatsoever. Come on. It's just one more goal. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. Come on, Piojo. Come on. Come on. ¡Oh, la madre! Quiñones Raris, he got subbed off. He got substituted by Memote Martinez. That's when you asked me why they were making changes. Julian Quiñones got substituted like 20 minutes ago or 15. Well, I guess 20, yeah. Oh, dude. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Come on. It's only one more goal. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. If Mexico makes it to the extra time, this is done. It's sealed. We're golden. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The thing is, too, like, I mean, we have to give credit to England. I mean, they've been defending pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't expecting this level of defending from them at all. Oh, 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. Yeah, he's gonna take it to the corner. My gosh, time wasting. Yellow card. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Corner. ¡Y! Se torció el tobillo bien gacho. Uf. Se dobló bien gacho el tobillo. Uf. Qué dolor. Santi Jimenez is on the floor. It's on the pitch. I hope he didn't get injured, man. Two more minutes. Yeah. That was a tough one to look at, Barbara. Jesus. And the worst thing is that he spent like 4 months throughout this year recovering from an ankle injury. That sucks. Oof. That sucks for him. Ah, 1 more minute. Come on. Still possible. Come on. Oh my god. Come on. I know, JG Prod. I know, man. Still not over. ¡Oh! No puede ser. No mames, 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 no mames. No mames. No mames. Oh my god. Oh my god. Last corner. Last corner. That's it. Oh. Jesus Lord Christ. I don't know what to say, fellas. This is not necessarily the game that I envisioned. Just on the japping, the depression is hitting, man. Yeah, yeah. They man. I don't think there's anything that we can say, man. Yeah, GG. Oh well. Good game. Well played. Very unfortunate that the one time Mexico needed to do a strong, solid display, they go ahead and make two big mistakes on the first half. And yeah, I mean, I hope some of these players make big moves into Europe and we have a better team next time. Yeah, that's the one thing that I was discussing earlier on the live stream too. It's like I wonder how many of these players will, make or attracted the attention of some of the European teams or even the Brazilian teams, right? I mean, um, some of the Serie A Brasileirao teams. I think that will be a good challenge for a Mexican player, but unfortunate, man. Just unfortunate because this truly felt that it was the one time that Mexico can make a statement win, and they just didn't. If there was any other better chance against a team who, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is besides the score, right? It's a 3-2. It is what it is. Don't take it for face value. This is an England team who had struggle, right? I mean, every single match, with the exception against Croatia, they have struggled, right? And so, if Mexico had a chance to make a statement, it was right now on home soil against a, elite team. But I was gonna say, this is what separates big teams, elite teams, from the rest of them, right? The fact that they don't need to play well to win matches; they just need to win the matches, and they did it tonight. And I think it's an example of how the gap between the talent of Mexico and England on an individual basis, right? Just on the Japping player ratings. Um, Listen, I think the only the only good ratings that I'm gonna give are to Julian Quiñones and Raul Jimenez, and just barely because they scored the goals, right? But everything else, I mean, on this game, I'm gonna say like a lot of high sixes, maybe like low sevens, right? But it's tough to make a call on this, um, just because of the result, right? Again, if you take a look at the score by itself, it doesn't really tell you the whole picture, right? If we review the entire stats, I mean, we had a 67 possession of Mexico, 1.94 expected goals of Mexico, 20 total shots against 6 from England. You know, um, out of those 20 shots, I think like what, almost 10 were on target. You know, so it's tough to make an assessment on the ratings right now. But I do have to say, like, at least the best ones for me have been Eric Lira, Ronald Jimenez, El Piojo Alvarado, and Julian Quiñones. I think all of them deserve a passing grade here. With like low sevens, maybe Julian Quiñones a high seven, but even the subs, I mean, they barely made a difference, right? I mean, unfortunately um, for Santi Jimenez, he got injured on the last minute. What a year for Santi Jimenez! What an absolute shit show year for Santi Jimenez, just getting injured at the last minute. That sucks for him. Edson Alvarez, instead of helping, I I'm not a fan of Cesar Montes, and I've said this plenty of times, but I don't think there was a need to change Cesar Montes on the second half. And then I'm criticizing Cesar Montes for not being great on fielding balls, and then again, Edson Alvarez fields poorly a ball, and that's where the penalty comes from England. I mean, yeah, if we have to give player ratings, I'm gonna give Eric Lira a 7.2, Piojo Alvarado like a 7.6, Raul Jimenez a 7, Julian Quiñones like a 7.7, I think, and the rest of them, again, as I said, middle sixes. Jorge Sanchez had an interesting, a mixed game, and I don't want to say something against them, right? Um, Yeah, something. I think he was having a muscle injury or something. I mean, something. I don't. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but on one of those last corner kicks that Mexico had, he went and fought the ball, and he just, uh, he se torció el tobillo. I mean, he just freaking he fell wrong on his ankle, and that hurt, dude. And he's coming up from an ankle injury too, so that must what a year for him. Not scoring throughout 2026, coming from a lengthy injury on the ankle after surgery, and then on the last game of Mexico, on the last minute, he again injures the ankle. That's that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate and unlucky. Unfortunate and unlucky. But oh well, guys. Um, Nothing left to say, to be honest with you guys. I have to take a. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left to say, guys. I mean, once again, México juega como nunca y pierde como siempre. I was not expecting this kind of score. I was expecting more of a. I mean, again, I was expecting someone winning by a goal, right? And I was hoping Mexico to win it 1-0 in extra time. But unfortunately, every single thing that could have wrong for Mexico went wrong tonight. And I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to say. I mean, I'm not gonna say that Gilberto Mora is responsible for the second goal, even though he lost the ball very childishly, right? I mean, he's a 17-year-old player. What can I expect from him? But again, I don't think it was his fault. Jorge Sanchez was never tracking his player on any of the goals, right? On the first and the second goal, he was just always running behind his player. So Aaron 500, that second England goal killed us. Yeah. Uh, Marcelo, que ni me tope Gallardo porque los conecto. That's hilarious. I mean, I don't think there's one player to blame here. It was just a series of unfortunate events for Mexico. Like everything that could have wrong went wrong. And yeah, that 2 goal difference is what killed Mexico. hmm Yeah, that's it. I mean, even though they show some reaction quickly to shorten that 2 goal difference, it wasn't enough. And then again, this is the whole reason why you want to have elite players, right? Uh, no, Marcelo. I mean, I don't really think this is a. I'm not gonna put the blame on any player whatsoever. I don't. I'm just not gonna do that. I don't think. I don't think a single player can be adjudicated with the responsibility of Mexico not moving on, right? As much as I dump on Canada, calling it a reality check. This is another reality check for Mexico, I guess. Um, Sucks, truly sucks. But there's nothing else to say, fellas. I'm gonna end the stream so I can do a reactions video with Tocayo, so he can join me there. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. I mean, it was nice doing these live streams. I'm gonna do it more often when Mexico's playing, at least. Um, and I gotta do something else. I gotta do more content for the channel. Thinking about bringing back Liga MX stuff on the channel as well, in English, of course. Um, but yeah, it was nice having all of you guys here. The 7 whatever people were here. Highly appreciate the support. Thank you for following us through this World Cup journey. And I mean, we're gonna keep on doing World Cup stuff no matter what, even though Mexico's out now. Um, Maybe we'll see, Barbara. I mean, tomorrow I'm gonna be driving down to Brownsville to meet up with you. So maybe we'll see. But yeah, um, it is what it is, fellas. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please go watch the reactions video, even though it's gonna be a doom and gloom one. Um, we truly appreciate y'all support. Thank you so much. Have a blessed night. And unfortunately, this time around, we have to end our World Cup dream with Mexico. Thank you so much. Have a good one.